everyone, it's Kat and let's have a discussion about my no buy / low buy that I started this year essentially. Now, if you haven't seen my intro, quick recap is I don't want to buy stuff. The only time I want to buy stuff is if I've used up that whole category. So for example, if I've got absolutely zero socks left or absolutely zero concealers left, okay, I can buy a concealer, I can buy a pair of socks. Otherwise, I feel like I'm super stocked up with products and just things in general for me. Now this is on the back of probably doing too much spending in the sort of end of year, Black Friday, Boxing Day sales. I feel like I've stocked up. Now in my intro video, which I'll link down below, I did talk about roughly, when it comes to my beauty collection, how much inventory I think I have of each. I didn't count each product, but I sort of had a look and I go, okay, well, if I've got 3, I don't know, cleansers, that's roughly 6 to 12 months of use. So I don't need to buy one for 6 to 12 months. So besides buying a necessity, so a product that I'm out of, I will let myself buy one product every 2 months to review for this channel. That was my plan. Now, January, I didn't do so well. I did do some updates on TikTok, but I'll just run you through the purchases I did make, because I did buy stuff, let's be frank, why I bought them, and I don't even know how I'm going to improve from now on. I feel like there's things I'm doing. I feel like I'm better than I was, but we can't change in a day. It is what it is. We can't go, oh, it's a new day, I'm going to completely change my habits. It takes a while. So there's a bit, like, would I like to say I was super strong and I did everything I intended to? I'd love to say that. But let's start afresh for Feb and hope that I stick to that. That's my goal. And February is the shortest month, so let's see if I can do it. But right now, yeah, I did slip. Now, I don't know if it was like a gateway purchase that was sort of like, oh, well, now I purchased something, I can purchase more. I don't know if that was the case or if just there were things that were really tempting. And yes, you can avoid, like, stick your head in the sand and unsubscribe to everything via emails. And there's a lot of techniques just to avoid any marketing. But the point is that I run this channel. I talk about new release stuff. We start up beauty news. Like, I need to sort of be aware of what's happening, and along with that will come occasionally temptations. It is what it is. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, you will see the first thing I purchased and I will show it to you. This is probably the most frivolous purchase, and this is what I'm trying to avoid a little bit more of. I don't necessarily regret buying this, and I did think about it for a while. That's one thing I have noticed, is that I think leading up to this project, I did find myself making a lot more spontaneous purchases, especially like in the evening when I'm scrolling on my phone, something would jump out and I'm like, oh, like I could use that, or I could upgrade my blah, blah, blah. Whereas now everything I have purchased, I have thought about for a few days. And this was one of them. So this is a Christmas pack that was on sale. Then I got a further reduction and da-da-da-da-da. So it was cheaper than full price. This is from Glass House Fragrances. And it was part of their Christmas collection. And I have said, I think multiple times, that I really liked their Christmas collection this year, because the candle jars, which I actually keep, once I've used up the candles, I clean them out. If I really like the jar, I keep it. This had a beautiful little candle, so it's a mini one. So this just design, I don't know, it just struck a like chord for me. I love the color. My favorite color is like that cobalt blue, and I'll show you the design. So there's a bookshelf, there's wardrobe, there is someone wearing a cute dress, makeup table, a little cat there. I just think it's really sweet. And this is the kind of jar that I would just keep like hair ties in or little trinkets. So once I use up the candle, which will take me a while to be fair, this is in the scent Midnight in Milan, I will just keep that. I think it's really sweet. And even though it is a Christmas one, so there's some little nods to Christmas, it's not overtly Christmas. So I felt like this is sort of like a trinket thing that I can have out all year round, which I really like. The set also came with a 30ml fragrance of Midnight in Milan and a cute little soap. So was any of this a necessity? Absolutely freaking not. I do have to say I quite like the fragrance. I looked up so many reviews because I hadn't actually smelt it in person, and it's Saffron or Rose, which is something I normally wouldn't buy. I really like it. I think it's more of a winter scent for me, so I'm going to put this in my sort of fragrance tray, and I'm going to probably pull this out. It's a little bit like powdery. It's a little bit rosy. It's just nice. It's like a different vibe that I normally go for. So I feel like this, I have plenty of perfumes, but this is sort of fits a different sort of feel of perfume, if that makes sense. And I quite like it. And usually fragrances, if they're too floral or too much, too spicy, they give me headaches. This one doesn't, which I really like. So yeah, none of this was a necessity. This, I totally could have lived without this, but I'm also not mad because I think this is so cute, and this is just sort of my aesthetic to a T, and I sort of would have been kicking myself if I missed out. So that, yeah, that is, it is what it is. The next purchases are totally utility purchases, and I'm not mad at all. Now, one of these technically does meet my no-buy requirements because I don't have any micellar waters at all in my collection. And this is a La Roche-Posay Effaclar micellar water. I've used it before in a smaller bottle. I really love this. I really love La Roche-Posay cleansers. I love them. And there was a sale at Priceline where cleansers were $10. Now, I bought 4, ended up being $40, but I can tell you, I think it was like I saved, was it like 86 or 89? Whatever it was ridiculous. So I do not regret this. Like, was it unfortunate timing? Yes, but there's cleansers here I haven't tried. So there's the Effaclar Iso Biome, which I have not tried, but I love the Effaclar cleansers. So this is one I want to try. It's a new one. And then there's also the Toleraine one, which is one I'll use more in winter. So this is more of a hydrating one. So it's an anti dryness one, which I will, you know, and I'm nearly out of my cream cleanser, which is in my bathroom. So these I'll stockpile, and I will, you know, it is what it is. And then also there's a cleansing micellar foaming water, which I haven't ever tried. This is also fairly new. So these are all new things to me, except for the micellar water. There was such a saving that I think if I didn't buy a few and stock up, I would have been really annoyed, because this is like $120 something worth of cleansers for $40. Like, even people on a low buy can see why I bought that, and I don't regret it. I even went back and I bought this Aven cleanser for my baby. Now, I didn't specify this in the intro, but obviously things for my kids they're not breaking the no buy, but also my baby has eczema prone skin. So something like this, which is a lipid replenishing cleansing oil, great for him. Otherwise, I can't use soapy cleansers on him because it can cause sort of, you know, flare-ups and whatnot. So again, this was, I think, $36 or something, down to $10. Crazy. The last 2 purchases were makeup things, and again, I didn't need this. I ended up picking up the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Glow Seeker highlighter in Pearl. This is the Lunar New Year one, so it's in beautiful red packaging. It's a new shade, and it's got a beautiful dragon on it. This I bought under the category of to review for my channel. So I don't know if I expand that out to 1 a month, but that sounds like too much. But I've used that purchase in January. So the January, February purchase, I've already done. I've purchased it, I've reviewed it, I really like it, I think it's beautiful. And I shouldn't have slept on this actually. I actually waited over a week, maybe a week and a half, from when this released on Adore Beauty and I knew about it to when I actually ordered it to review it. Now I'm bummed because there were no reviews up on YouTube, so I could have been like 2 weeks before any review. And as a YouTuber, and especially in Australia, that's very, very hard to do. So anyway, that was my new makeup purchase for review purposes. I did also, and I waited 2 days to think about this. This is a GLAMINATRIX Cosmetics eyeshadow. It's in the shade Bloodstone, and it is gorgeous. It's a twinkly sort of, I'll swatch it for you. It goes green to purple, and the good thing is you can build it up or you can sheer it down. And I love sort of twinkly, beautiful, multi-chrome sort of shadows, but I don't want them to always be so bold that it only creates one sort of look. This one, you can do it fairly bold, especially if you've got a bit of a sticky base. You can get more of a bold color on it, or you can take it and sort of blend it out fairly sheerly, and you can get a bit of a nice subtle twinkle. And I don't have a mirror to show you, but in my light at the moment, it's vibrant purple. But I have to say, where I feel like I have modified my behavior, firstly, it took me 2 days to decide to order this. 2 days. Secondly, I only ordered one. Normally, if I'm ordering from a site, I'll be like, oh, to justify the shipping costs, I'll order 2 or 3. I ordered one. I was like, this is the one shade I want. Even though other pretty ones that I could definitely play with, I thought I will order one. So I feel like I'm getting better. So yeah, safe to say that I blew my no buy, low buy in January. I'm hoping February is going to be different. So I'm going to keep trying. The only thing that's currently tempting me is a new pair of bathers or a swimsuit bikini, because I've got 2 and they're starting to like, one I wore all the way through my pregnancy. I was going to the pool every week with my kid for swimming lessons, and I was waddling around in that bathing suit when I was like 41.5 weeks pregnant, and it is stretched and it is faded and it's crap. So I've got to throw that out. And then the one that I bought to replace that, which was a cheapy one, is starting to get thin in certain areas. So I'm thinking I'm just going to get rid of my 2 bathing suits that are crap and then potentially buy a new one. Now the one I'm looking at is out of, like, it's going to be restocked in March. So I can luckily think about that and wait until then. But that's the only thing at the moment that's tempting me. But I would consider that to be sort of a necessity if I throw out my 2 old crappy ones. Anyway, it's a journey and we're just starting, and it is what it is. So let me know if you're trying to do a low buy, no buy as well. How are you going with it? One thing I also have noticed is you guys are a pack of enablers. I will share like my struggles on TikTok or Instagram, being like, I'm tempted by this. And people are just like, it's great, go buy it. And I'm like, damn it. Anyway, let's chat in the comments about it. I'd love to know how you're going. What tips you found most easiest, but also like, what are your biggest struggles? I'd love to know. And what are your purchases? What did you do if you purchased anything? If you didn't, go you good thing. I'm very proud of you. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you to my members for supporting this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.